Alright guys, what's going on? Got a lot to talk about today. Or maybe not a lot, but like it's gonna be good. I think it'll be really valuable. I could have had a really bad day today. I could have been down $800. And it's not necessarily luck that I'm not. It's just more so I happen to be in a setup already, and that setup happened to be a better than usual setup. It was kind of like a 5-to-1 risk reward or whatever, 1-to-5 ratio, and it happened to work out. So I was able to chip away down that loss down to 337 rather than just this fat loss, and potentially actually another $100 that I risked on this trade. But I was already in that trade, this futures trade, as I was closing CTRV, so I didn't really break any of my rules. I didn't keep trading after my max loss. I didn't get emotional and make the loss worse. I didn't, like I said, revenge trade. I didn't overtrade. I simply just oversized. That's it. And then I didn't try to take it again. I didn't take anything else after CTRV, as you can see right here. The only thing I was doing was scaling out of the trade that I was already in on the MES. So I think that's why I don't feel so terrible today. And even if I had been down $800, I feel like there's a solution. It's such a simple fix. I don't feel lost. I don't feel like, oh, this is why I'm not going to make it. No, it's a simple fix. I just took too much size. I knew that this could swing $1 per share, and I was in for 500 shares before confirmation. So I guess I made two mistakes. I took that kind of size without confirmation, without scalping it, without a stop. I didn't have a hard stop in for the break here. And once it broke, I mean, we just went from 1550 to 1450 like that. I knew it could happen. I knew it could happen, and I was adding to 500. I think I had 300 here and an extra 200 right here. Under 1575. That's the only thing that mattered. I said that in my friend's live stream, that I said that is the only thing that matters. Do not take this without confirmation for big size, and I did exactly that. So I think the bigger mistake, again, was just the size. I take things without confirmation. They're usually scalps. They usually don't last that long. Well, this is what happens when it goes wrong. It was on my other monitor, so I can't show you the live trade. I think I can show this trade, but again, I took it and I stopped out for like $120 on 100 shares. So that was completely fine. I was just trying to catch a bounce. And then as we broke this trend line, as we broke $15, I took it for another quick scalp, 20-cent scalp. How many shares was that? That one was also 500 shares. See, look at this. 5 seconds on that trade. That is the type of trade that this should have been. But I was holding for a bigger move, and therefore I wasn't following my setup, my trade plan. So that's what happens. I was waiting for a day like this, and honestly, this should have been like a minus $900 day. I'm completely just. It was statistical luck, not necessarily just luck. It was just part of the statistics of, that trade worked out, and my win rate is like 72, 73%. So it just happened to be that this trade worked out, but if it didn't, I would be down $900. It's not so much about the P&L. It's about the trades, how to make them better, how to not do this again, and just focus on the size. I knew that this could swing, and I took it for, how long was this trade? This trade was like over a minute, whereas this scalp was 5 seconds. I should have been scalping this. There was no confirmation, like if we popped up here, closed a full candle over it, and then dipped back into this, that is a 500 share setup. Sure. Maybe even then it would be a little much, because then I'm only giving myself 20 cents worth of wiggle room, and this thing has a 40-cent spread right now. So, you know, that's kind of the mistakes I made. Accumulation of a couple small mistakes that ended up in this loss, this big loss, and it happens just like that. Now, what else is there to say? So, CTRV, very easy to fix. You know, I'm not like, I didn't fall victim to, like, again, my emotions, my like, oh, I'm so pissed, I just want to add more size. That's not why I added size there. I thought it was going to work, and then I didn't follow the plan. I just took too much size. Or I didn't stop out earlier. I was holding for a bigger move. I was getting a little greedy, I suppose, and just not following the plan. So next time, I have to follow the plan, much like I do almost every other time with stocks in this price range, with these kind of swings. I only take 200 shares, or maybe 300, not 500. So I just took it right here. I just said, you know what am I waiting for? Like, sure, I could have waited for this, much like that stock the other day. I can't remember what it was. It was on Friday. I just took it, or Thursday. I just took it. Because if this kept failing, like if this had to just keep going down and down and down, I'd be down 1100, 1200, 13, 14, 15, 1600. It's like, you just have to cut it, man. It sucks. And you want to add, I wanted to double down to 500 or 1,000 shares. And if I had done that, I would have made $200 on this pop. But you cannot do that. You cannot average down. You cannot trade the P&L. You have to trade your plan and not your emotions. So that's why I'm kind of happy about what I did. So anyways, MES, absolutely sick futures trade. Let's watch it. I had a level in here. Let me go over the levels first. So I had the levels in here. Very, very key level here from yesterday. We were bouncing into it a bunch of times. Boom, boom, wick, wick, wick. Consolidation, breakout, retest. Very, very key level. It was kind of choppy the day before. I was looking to long it. You guys know my plan on the SPY is we're going to consolidate and we're going to break out towards highs of this flag. So I wanted to long it. That was my plan. That's what I was aiming to do. I got my entries here. Where is it? I caught it on the way down. I got an opportunity to add a little bit more. You can see my unrealized is not that bad at all. So I added to 15 contracts right there. That is probably my full size, maybe 20, but I could have gone 20 there, but I didn't want to get stopped out for $100. I really wanted to be in this trade, and I wanted to give it enough room to work. So I did exactly that. I put in my stop under the lows in case I was wrong. And then the trade's just kind of doing its thing. Sorry there, I had to cough. You know, it's just still kind of price discovery at the open. It's doing its thing. Blah, blah, blah. It comes right back down to the level, instantly gets bought up. So again, this is why you have stops here. You don't have stops at break even when you're in the green until the level is tested. So I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole nother world of like where to put stops and when you can move them up. But this was not enough for me right here to raise my stop and no longer accept downside on the trade. I'll show you where I did. So when we finally broke out of this consolidation, I think that's where I moved it up. Where is it here? No, I still didn't. Okay, so now I was trying to find a good spot in here. You know, this is support. Let's just fast forward to it. So this is support. This is support. So this is kind of the range. So I put my stop just under that. And it was a really good stop placement. I actually almost got stopped out, but right here it kind of bounced off the bottom of the range, and from there it was history. It just kind of took off. I put in some targets, and I just waited. You know, don't take any profits in here. the unrealized was pretty big, and I was down a lot. So I was like, oh man, should I just take it here? Should I just be down and just be done? But I was trying not to trade the P&L. I was trying to just trade the chart. So I put in my hard stops, my hard targets, and I said, that's it. So we hit my first target. I took 5 off at that, and then I took another 1 off. I took another 1 off. I think I took another 2 off right there. And then I just put in the stop for the last 6, well in profit. And I was just looking at the SPY right now. It's kind of doing some crazy stuff right now. I'll show you. And then after that, I didn't touch it. I got stopped out. And that's it. You guys saw it right here. Stopped out. So we're done. I'm not trading anymore. I don't feel the urge to make it back. You know, I'm not going crazy right now. I'm not like, oh, where's the stock here? VISL, let's buy. Like, let's try to get in this garbage. And 2,000 shares, I'll make this. Like, I'm just relaxed. You know, it's not a big deal. You know, maybe right in here was my setup for high of day. But I can't take on any more risk. I've broken a couple rules, but not the important ones. I'm down past max loss. I haven't taken another trade. So I'm going to leave it at that. We're only down 337 today. Could have been a lot worse, you know, about triple that. But the luck, I hate calling it luck because it wasn't really luck. It was just the statistics. Like, again, win rate around 3/4. It just happened to be the 75% that I'm right rather than the 25% that I'm wrong. So I had a really nice trade on the MES. Unfortunately, my loss on CTRV was too great so that I'm down on the day. But I'm completely okay with that. You guys can see I'm smiling. I'm following my plan. And this is why long term I'm going to be very successful, is because I can analyze it. My entries, exits, trade management. I'm controlling my emotions. I'm getting better at that. And I'm getting better at just trading my plan and just reinforcing discipline. That has been my biggest downfall. And that's why I'm so happy, because this is where it tested it. It tested it immensely today. And because of that, I was able to control the loss and actually make some of it up. So I'll stop rambling. I really hope that was useful to you guys. I think it is, because, you know, there's a fat loss. $800 is a fat loss. So see you guys tomorrow.